Oh, I didn't realize you guys were already here. Welcome. I was just finishing off a book. It's Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. And on that note, I was really curious. What systems for note taking do you guys have in place? Hi, my name is Ronit, and you're watching the first episode of Do Life with Ron. This episode is going to be all about note taking and how to level up your note taking game. Since the very beginning, I've been an avid reader. I read all sorts of books, fiction, non-fiction, a lot of religious and spiritual books. And when it came to note-taking, it was not all that great in the very beginning. In fact, I've leveled up my note-taking game thrice in this entire stretch of my learning journey. And I want to share that with you today. If there's one thing that I could tell my 18-year-old self today, is that take great notes with my current system today. So, if you are passionate about note taking and you want to level up your game and apply them practically into your life, follow along. Alright, so we're starting off at level 1, which is Noob. At this level, there was no effective note taking as such. There were no notes that were taken. It was just me going into a book, reading it, whatever I used to like from a quote or a one-liner or a phrase that I liked or paragraph. I would just go there, underline it or highlight it or paragraph it or star mark it. The problem with this was that the notes were not exactly notes and they were just underlines in the book, and once the book was done, the notes would also get shelved along with the book. I would not see that note again until I re-picked the book up, which could very possibly be never again. Alright, now we are at level 2, which is the intermediate. Very early on in my non-fiction reading journey, I realized that the entire level 1 of note-taking was not working. I would just underline something and then forget about it completely until I re-picked the book up, which was probably a long time from the first time I read it. And I was realizing that none of the juicy, real, informative stuff that was going on in the book, I was not internalizing it or not using it in my daily life. Hence, I was losing out on a lot of information there. Then came an actual form of note taking, which was basically me, whatever notes that I was underlining or highlighting, I would just pick that up and put it down on pen or put it down in pen and paper on a notebook, a diary, or much later on, even on a notes app like Apple Notes or Google Docs. The advantage here with that technique was that I had this sort of a bank, a knowledge bank, which I could refer to for the summary of a book. In short, I was basically condensing 400 or 300 to 400 pages of books into 2 or 3 pages of sheet. But the problem here again was that these were just quotes from the book. There was no additional information that I was adding onto it, nor was I nor could I come back to it later on and see why I wrote that note in the first place or what I was thinking about that note in the first place, which meant that this was just a summary of quotes. That's it. Alright, so now we're on to the juicy stuff. We're at level 3 of my note-taking game, and I've got to give credit where it's due. My current note-taking game is heavily influenced by this one YouTuber whose video I will link in the description. His channel's name is Odysseus. I'm hoping I'm saying it correctly, but my current note-taking system is definitely influenced a lot by him and his video on building a second brain, which I'll link in the description, and his other videos about mini essays, which also I'll link in the description. I have, however, trimmed it down to what suits me and what my needs are, because I don't need a very robust noting system. I just need to have one that works and works for me. Alright, so what is this level 3, right? Essentially, we do everything that we did in level 2. We copy the quote on the one-liner onto a piece of paper or your digital app, and you add a bit of your own understanding to it. So you'll write that liner in quotes, you give the page number on top of it, you give the one liner in quotes, and then you write what that line means to you or what your understanding of that line is, right? Once you've done this throughout the entire book, you don't even have to go to the mini essays, which I'm going to get to in a bit. But if you just do this through the entire book, you've basically reached a place where You have an entire summary of the book in your own words, and you don't even have to go through the book again if you don't want to. You have everything ready uh, on your diary or on your digital notes app. I take this note-taking process right now on my digital notes app. In fact, I take it on my Apple Notes, and which is good for me because if I want to refer back to some books or some specific lines, maybe let's say if I want to search of productivity or habits, I can just type that in. I'll get all the names, all the books, or all the notes that I've taken with those names, right? To this entire noting process, I just add one more bonus point to it, which is called mini essays. Now, mini essays can be anything, right? You can write mini essays about the book that you're reading or about certain parts of the book that you've liked or anything. Um, how I like to use mini essays is basically you take any topic, whatever you like. Let's say you like routines or productivity, and then you search up all the notes that have had productivity in them, and then you kind of combine whichever points make sense to you for that particular theme that you're looking for, and you can write a mini essay on that. What you now have is a condensed form of something that you can apply in your real life from this entire mini essay, and which is more focused to one sort of productivity theme. So productivity is a big topic, but then it could also be kind of trimmed down or narrowly focused into, let's say, removing distractions, priming your environment, increasing your focus, increasing energy levels. It could be a lot of things, and these mini essays can help you curate that into something that's more tangible. This is what works for me now, and I love my current system. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share with friends you think this might be helpful to, comment what your current noting system is and if you would implement something from this video, and subscribe. I'll see you again in the next one. See ya.